Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wrestling Prime. I am your host, Tom Dog, and yes, we are here. We are live. The Bowden Broadcasting is here once again, and yeah, we got a great show here. As you saw in the header and the thumbnail and everything like that. So yeah, it was a pretty good Saturday night's main event and everything like that. We're gonna get to that in just a few minutes. And but let's do the plugs. Um, Go to w.gg right now. What is W Energy? It's an energy supplement that has no sugar, no artificial colors, flavors, or dyes, and zero chances of you tapping out. And it's a really good product. It really is. It's a really, really good product. Definitely want to check this out because it's really, really awesome. And on your screen right now is the promo code BRILL. You go to w.gg right now, use that promo code BRILL at the checkout to save 10% on your purchase, and you'll walk out looking like a winner. And so uh, yeah, you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And so yeah, and don't forget that the locker room code is still cashing it in, and get some nice in-game currency and for 2K24. And this coming Tuesday, I believe this coming Tuesday, there's going to be a reveal trailer for having some camera difficulty. I remember to latch them. Fuck. There, there we go. So yeah, hey, gotta look good, folks, right? Right. So oh, you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to do this. Oh, there we go. Gotta do Bleacher Report. Okay. So, alrighty. Okay. Yeah, that was cool. What's going on, Hassan? How's it going there this evening? Yeah, that was a really good show. That really was. Um, it was a little there was like a little bit of an audio. I thought that there was like an audio issue. I don't know if you caught that, but there was like an audio issue at the beginning where you could hear the the Spanish translation in there. So yeah, you could hear the Spanish commentary. Um, so yeah, I guess it was a I'm all about perfection here, but yeah, but nonetheless, the show was pretty good, and so yeah, um, we're going to be talking about that in just a few moments. Let's let's talk about Joe Hendry. We haven't talked about Joe Hendry on this show in a while, and but I feel the need to talk about him because um, he is the new he just recently won the TNA championship and the TNA Heavyweight Championship, and yeah, that was really cool, and had a huge pop, had a huge reaction about it, and it was really really good. And my question is this: where do we go from here? Where where does uh, Joe Hendry go from here? And it's a simple answer. Uh, really, it's a really simple answer. Um, I think he's going to show up next week on at the Royal Rumble. I think he's going to be a participant in the Royal Rumble. Considering the fact that um, WWE and TNA are having like this partnership, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more TNA wrestlers in there. Um, and they're not just in the Royal Rumble, but um, like maybe invading NXT or even Raw or SmackDown. I think that this will be. I think we're going to see the a new beginning that I predicted that I talked about last year um, at the beginning of the last season, and and I still and I still have a opened up a Pandora's box because no other show would even dare to do that. And so yeah, I pretty much talked about it first, and yeah, I mean other shows talked about that, but I pretty much brought up this this dream of having WWE and TNA um, with the dream matches and everything like that, and I would like to see it. As a matter of fact, um, Joe Hendry um, actually invited John Cena for for a match for a match um, at um, at a pay, on their pay per view and everything. I think that that would be really awesome to see. Seeing John Cena uh, on a TNA pay per view, I think that that would be pretty awesome. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, I think that this one that would be really awesome. And so yeah, you know, John Cena starting his uh, his his uh, his last um, his last time, and yeah, this is going to be really cool. Um, John Cena is going to be a participant in the Royal Rumble, um, and if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that the Royal Rumble is next week. I think in next week or week after. Let me see. Yeah, next Saturday, February 1st. Next Saturday. So yeah. Um. So yeah. Um. I'm I'm not gonna do a prediction show. Um. Primarily because of the fact that um I really don't I really don't know. But yeah, next week is the next week is the Royal Rumble, so we are gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm going to critique on it and yeah, I'll give my results on it and everything like that. It'll be pretty interesting. So, oh, oh boy. So yeah. Um. So okay. So Saturday night's main event was tonight, and oh yeah. But yeah, I do feel that that Joe Hendry's going to be partaking in that, and I think that that would be really cool and everything. So um, I think Jordan Grace is going to show up again too. From what I understand, there's going to be like some sort of talent exchange, so we may see more Jordan Grace in the WWE. So that's we shall see what happens. So yeah, um, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see um, um, Jade Cargill back. Um, and I think what's going to happen is that she's gonna fight Naomi. So yeah, but yeah, I would not be surprised to see um I would not be surprised to see Jade Cargill back in the uh and show up return just in time for the Royal Rumble. Charlotte Flair, I think that she might show up as well too. Um, we haven't seen much of Becky Lynch lately, so hopefully we'll get to see her back. Um, there's a little bit of rumors um, about um, Alexa Bliss.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I wasn't asking that. I wa- yeah, that. Oh my God. See, it's really tough. I should have just said Miss Bliss, but then older folks like me would be like, Miss Bliss? Means they're gonna get Haley Mills into the show? That would be awesome. I'm just gonna say A Bliss, but yeah, but yeah, A Bliss is there's a rumored contract dispute, and so yeah, that it's an issue. So we don't know how confirmed. I don't know what the confirmation is. So it looks like she may or may not um, show up for the Royal Rumble. So we shall see, folks. Um, Now, CM Punk on Raw the other night, he made a comment about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was also supposed to be at at tonight's Saturday night's main event. What happened? We'll get to in a minute. But I want to clarify something. Um, in that comment when he in that interview when he said that he was going to kill that he would kill Hulkamania, people of course people were cheering and everything like that. Um, and well, originally he got booed when he was going to eliminate John Cena. When he said he wanted to that he was going to eliminate John Cena. Which you gotta understand something. CM Punk is an anti-hero, so he could be a good guy, he could be a bad guy, and it's been proven. And yeah, so um, and in the rules of wrestling, in the Royal Rumble match, it's everybody for themselves. So you may not like who gets thrown out, as we've seen many times over, and that's just the way it is. But but the thing is, but going back to when he said about Hulk Hogan, you have to understand something. A lot of wrestlers over the years when Hulk Hogan was in the WWE, we're talking about like the late '80s, early '90s. During back when Hulk Hogan was huge, and one of the things that that anybody who fights Hulk Hogan, anybody who was ever in a match with Hulk Hogan, they say that they're going to kill Hulkamania. Doesn't matter if it's in if Hogan was wrestling for WWE or WCW or hell even TNA. When you put Hulk Hogan in the ring, his opponents are always going to say that I'm going to kill Hulkamania. I'm going to be that guy to kill Hulkamania. It's getting heat, you know, in this way. So yeah, Hulkamania. So so CM Punk. So when you read the article, when you read these articles that say, and the headline reads that CM Punk wants to kill Hulk Hogan, he doesn't physically, that he does not mean that in a physical manner. He's not gonna, you know, do a home invasion and just be like, you know, he's just he's just being another CM Punk is just being another wrestler saying to Hogan that I'm gonna kill Hulkamania. Everybody's done it. A lot of people has done it. Savage has done it. Slaughter has done it. Um, Piper has done it many times over. Iron Sheik, Sheiky Baby has done it over many times. And I gotta kill Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania. And so yeah, hell, even Andre the Giant's gonna be like, I'll go kill Hulkamania. And hell, even the Undertaker went even farther than that when he fought Hogan. He was like, because he said it's like we witnessed the death of Hulkamania. Now, on Tuesday we're going to see the burial. That was an awesome promo. Survivor Series 1991. Got to go watch that. It's my favorite. 1991 in WWE was actually really awesome. And even Ric Flair even said, it's like Hulkamania died in that ring, and everything. So a lot of wrestlers have said that they're going to kill Hulkamania. They don't mean they're going to physically kill Hulk Hogan himself. They just saying that the gimmick, they're killing the gimmick of his shtick, which is Hulkamania. So that's his gimmick, So that's how it is. So people are reading too deep on it, and they're just getting things over misconstrued and everything like that. And so yeah. And speaking of Hulk Hogan, the Goofy Dipstick was supposed to show up at Saturday night's main event, but he chickened out. So, a lot of people are speculating that because he got booed on the inaugural Monday Night Raw on Netflix, was the direct result of that. Which I don't think that it is. I think, but Hogan goes and says that his son is getting married, and Brooke just gave birth to twins, so he's a first time grandfather. Well, to me, I think he's to me, I don't think he's the first time grandfather. I think that he is the father. So yeah, there's a difference, Hogan. There's a difference, Hogan, between being the grandfather and being the father. And Hogan, I think you're the father because watch all the the Hulkamaniacs out there. Like, how dare you say that about Hulk Hogan? Hey, listen, if you saw that picture of Hulk Hogan rubbing lotion on his own daughter's half naked body at a beat, putting suntan lotion on his own daughter, and in a really suggestive manner, and I'm sorry, I'm putting two and two together. So yeah, congratulations, Hogan, on being father for the third and fourth time because she gave birth to twins. Yeah. I'm evil. I'm evil. I don't care. But you know what? But you really want to know the real reason why Hogan's not going to didn't show up at Saturday night's main event is because Jesse Ventura was there. And you know how well Jesse Ventura hates Hulk Hogan to death. He hates him. I mean, if there's anybody that wants to physically kill Hulk Hogan, I think it would be Jesse Ventura, because he was. No, I don't think I don't. I'm taking it back. He doesn't want to physically. He just wants to beat the shit out of him, and I would love to referee that match too, so that the winner would be, Jesse Ventura. Forget no finger poke of doom either. But yeah, Jesse Ventura. I talked about this many times. That Ventura does not like Hogan after what how he was treated when he transitioned into a commentator, and yeah, and it's well documented because a lot ever since his injury, he wanted to unionize the wrestlers so that that they can get paid to so that they can get insured if a wrestler gets hurt. And I think that that would have been great, because I do think that there should be some sort of union, some should get some sort of medical insurance, and to have some sort of I know they had that, of course they got that wellness policy now, but and everything like that, but the whole unionization would have benefited a lot, for these wrestlers, so that that they can be insured and everything, so that they can get paid even when they're not around, so they're not paying just getting paid royalties and everything. So it is what it is, and I'm all in favor of it. But then all of a sudden Hogan ran his mouth and everything like that, and talked to Vince, and and Vince let Ventura go. So yeah, that's the whole story on that one. And so yeah, he was unhappy, and you know, oh boy. So yeah, we're only 28 minutes in, and we're almost done with the show. So, but yeah. Um, Speaking of Netflix and Raw, ratings have been down a little bit. Ratings were down a little bit, and to make matters worse, I did talk about this on Channel X on Thursday, that there was that they're raising the price, raising up the prices again about $1 on for Netflix and everything, for the subscription services. And yeah, this is a really big issue. Um, but the ratings are down a little bit because of the fact that it's that Monday Night Raw is streaming on Netflix, and you can't watch it anywhere else. So if you don't have Netflix, you're screwed. And to be quite honest with you, I think they need to fix that, because if you don't have on demand viewing, with with Peacock and and US and Netflix, there's no other way to watch Monday Night Raw. There is no other way to watch Monday Night Raw. You can't watch it. You can't even watch it on USA Network. And I think they need to go back to there. Um, and not to bring up AEW, because, um, but I have to. But AEW did something right with that. It's something that WWE should have done, and have it stream both live on demand, on live streaming, and on the cable network that they're showing it on. So that's what needs to be done. That's what needs to be done. They need to have that secondary, channel. So if you so because if you don't have Netflix, how are you gonna, you're just gonna have to find some other way to do it, and which is, by watching people doing, live streams, not but just critiquing on what they're seeing, which I think is really cool. But and I'm not criticizing that because I think it's awesome. I plan on doing that somewhere down the road. Um, with with AEW. So yeah, it will be really awesome, and it's awesome. But they really need to do though. They really need to do is they need to go do the whole transition of simulcasting it both live on the network and live on the on digital streaming. That's the only way you're ever going to keep in business, and ratings will be a lot better because, like I said, not a lot of people have not a lot of people have Netflix, so you need to have that. You need to have that balance, and so yeah, you need to find, like I said, WWE. You need to find another balance because if you're only streaming on one platform, nobody knows what's going to happen. And showing them on, showing clips on YouTube isn't going to help matters either, because it's going to be difficult. But so yeah, so that's my only critique on Netflix. It is cool to see it on Netflix because you get to see a lot of live sporting events. But come on, you know what about the people that don't see um that can't see Monday Night Raw on Netflix? You got to think about them too. So okay, so here we go. Um, yeah, let's talk about Saturday night's main event. They had 5 matches. Cody Rhodes and Kevin. Well, actually, not. They had 4 matches. Excuse me. And one segment. They had a contract signing with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Uh, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax, what we'll talk about in a minute. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. Uh, Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. Gunther versus Jey Uso. And so yeah, let's uh, let's do this. So yeah, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the women's world title. Of course, champion is Rhea Ripley, and um, this was a huge this was a huge match. I do have a critique. Um, why were there two? I'm glad to see that they have like the like an old school um, like thing where the microphone comes down. I kind of like that spot. I think it was really cool. But why were there two of them? I don't get that. I I don't get the two of them. You know. But it was nice to see that layout. So yeah, it looked pretty cool. And Lillian Garcia did a good job. So yeah. Um. So that was my only critique about that. Um. So when Lillian was doing the introductions for the Nia Jax interrupted with a headbutt. starting the match, and Rhea Ripley fired back with a drop kick. Huge Samoa drop later later on, and of course the commercial breaks and everything like that. It was back and forth between the two of them. Um, and Ripley retained with the Riptide, and it was a good match. Yeah, very good match. Um, Up next, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. Uh, Braun Breaker was the IC champ. Very good match. I would say that this match of the night. Um, Very brutal match between the two of them, and it was a near falls for Sheamus on a lot of times. It was actually really really good, and um, there was a little bit of controversy that the ref counted three after after the bro kick, um, and Breaker had his foot up on the rope to break the count, and so yeah, I gotta look at that again because I don't I think that, but yeah, I like but yeah, this was a really good match, and Braun Breaker retained, and one thing I do wanna say about Braun Breaker, when he comes off of those ropes, I can't believe how fast he is when he hits those ropes. Oh my god, it's like a freight train or anything like that. That was crazy. Um, Up next was the contract signing. This was it was pretty good and everything, and both had exchanged words, and both of them actually hold the belts because this is from what I understand this is going to be a ladder match. So excuse me. And Shawn Michaels was moderating the contract signing. So yeah, that was really cool to see. Um, and then Owens and Rhodes started fighting a little bit, and and Kevin Owens tried to put Shawn Michaels in a pile driver, but Rhodes saved him just in time. And then after that, HBK hits the Sweet Chin Music on Kevin Owens, and yeah, it was really good pop, really good pop. Um, Up next was the match between Jacob Fatu, uh, yeah, Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. Strowman won by disqualification. Um, it was a brutal match. It was really brutal. Which we expected. At the pretty much at the beginning of the match, there was you know, just two big heavy hitting powerhouses, and on the outside of the ring, in the ring, and then Fatu gets disqualified after throwing the referee out of the ring, and just started doing the hip strikes on Strowman, and it looked really it looks pretty good with Strowman. He left uh, Jacob left Strowman in a bloody mess, and even after the several moonsaults, and yeah, it was. So yeah, I'm looking really. I'm looking forward to seeing more from these two. Um, it, so yeah, this wasn't. But even though it was, even it was a decent match, but it wasn't my favorite match because of the DQ finish. But I'm not mad at it because of the fact that it's something that I expected to see. Because this is their first meetup. So yeah, we were going to expect something like this. So this way it looks, both guys look good and everything like that, so that somewhere down the road they can fight again. Um, so we shall see. Um, um, there is one critique I will say from that match, and I noticed this a lot from heels being heels, that the fans are cheering them, and they're saying one more time, one more time. You like Braun Strowman, and you're popping for a heel, and I don't get that. And I know this isn't the first time we've seen something like that, because you've done, because the fans have done this to a lot of heels, mostly to, I've seen it with with when Cody was getting beat up by a heel and everything like that. It's like, why? You're not going to get over. It's like, the rule is, okay. If you're and I've said this many times, but there was a wise man that says, not I'm not talking about Paul Heyman, because he is a wise man, but another wise man once said that if you're cheering for a top heel, if you're cheering for the heel instead of the babyface, the heel's not doing it. If you're a heel in wrestling, if you're a wrestler and you're a heel and you're getting cheered for doing those heel things, you're not doing your job. Jacob Fatu, if you're going to transition Jacob Fatu as a babyface, then I strongly suggest that you do that. Have him branch out without Bloodline 2.0. Have him have him venture out on his own because he could be a force to be he could be a you know a brutal force. He's done that many times over ever since he stepped foot in a WWE ring. He can he can be pushed into doing something great. I would like to see him go after Braun Breaker for the IC belt. I would love to see that. So yeah, have him venture out on his own. I think that he could be more dangerous that way. I'm just saying. um, um, then in the main event, the world champion, the Ring General Gunther, defends his title against main event Saturday night's main event Jey Uso. I'm calling it. So yeah, main event Jey Uso, and so yeah, this was a really good match. Another really good match, and um, can't take nothing away from Jey. He looked really good, and he did excuse me, really did a very good job with Gunther being in there with Gunther. And I actually enjoyed this match. This was another good match, and yeah, um, but yeah, near falls and everything like that. I thought it was well done, and but yeah, this was great, and I liked it. Um, the crowd was into it. Um, there were some moments where Jey almost won, and um, but Gunther finished it off by capitalizing by catching Jey from a third spear, turned that spear into a power bomb, and did that a couple of power bombed him a couple of times and won the match. Um, um, I think we haven't seen the last of these two. I would like to see this match again. Um, yeah, this was a really good match. So um, Sheamus and Breaker definitely the match of the night. Um, That's the end of that. That's the end of the show. We still got more show. Almost. Um, but they crammed these matches into 2 hours, which I thought was pretty good. And yeah, it was. Can I just call this right now? Can I? I just want to say something right now. I think we need more Jesse Ventura on commentary. Um, I'm glad, and not just doing Saturday night's main event, but I want to see him do the big four. We're talking Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, obviously WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Those are the big four, and I think he would be great with that because he's really killing it with the commentary, and he's doing a very good job. And and yeah, I think we need to see more Jesse. I really do. Well, I don't blame you, Tom Dog. We need more of the body. There needs to be a body in the commentary section at the commentator's desk. My Jesse Ventura impression. You may talk like me, Tom, but you're not the body. You're just somebody. So yeah. So yeah, that is all she wrote on that. So yeah. So all right. So we crammed a lot in this 1 hour, almost 1 hour. But yeah, we're gonna call it a night here. What do you say? Doing the show early. Yeah, apologies. Real quick before I go. About not doing a show last night. I had some personal issues. Um, so tomorrow I'm going to be doing uh Wrestling Prime Elite. So yeah, be in tune for that. But nonetheless, thank you all so much for tuning in this fine evening. Um, be sure to follow me on Blue Sky at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below. Who do you think's gonna? What's your Royal Rumble prediction? And we'll be talking about that next week. And so yeah, who do you think's gonna be? Who do you think's gonna win the Royal Rumble next week? So leave your predictions on the comment section down below. And ring the bell to stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. And support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing you can do for us small streamers, and that is laying the smackdown on that subscribe button. Like I said, we will see you all here tomorrow for Wrestling Prime Elite. Like I said, I had some personal issues, and I had to focus more on that. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do Wrestling Prime Elite, so be on the lookout for that. As for next week here on the OG Prime, on the original Prime, we are going to be doing the Royal Rumble review. We got the Royal Rumble review next week, so yeah. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that. It's our tradition here on Wrestling Prime, so yeah. We're gonna but we're going to get to it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all here tomorrow. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace. Have a good night, everybody. See you then.